Hey everybody, welcome back to Sound Approach. Today we're talking about cleaning supplies. We're also going to be talking about some accessories that will help you maintain. There's so much noise going on right now. Probably can hear all of it, huh? People are working in the other part of the shop. So today we're going to be talking about cleaning supplies. We got the RCF, which is probably our best selling from Les Arts du Son. And then we've also got Last Factory, which is one of the best brands for cleaning solutions for your albums, tapes, styly, everything that you use to listen to music. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. We'll be sitting down with DJ, who has a wealth of experience in this arena, and he's going to show us how he cleans an album using a anti-static brush, I believe, as well as the Last Factory all-purpose record cleaner. All these items are available down below. We've got links to the accessories as well as the cleaning products, and you can check them out today. So without further ado, let's jump into it, and we'll have a quick discussion about these products, and then we'll do an example on cleaning this record here, which is very dirty, super dirty. I pulled it out and was like, wow, even I know that needs to be cleaned.
You need an applicator of some sort for the liquid.
Okay.
In this particular case, it is a Last applicator, and we're using the Last liquid.
Okay.
All right. So in this particular, and so what we do here, take off the top, and you're going to take 1, 2, 3 drops across this, and then I usually take the boot of the bottle and spread the liquid. Once that is done, I close it up so I don't spill it, and then I get the record to spin. This is a direct drive turntable, so there's very little drag as it spins. A belt drive you have to be very careful with. So once we get the album spinning, and usually it's using the cue control so this doesn't hit anything, so your arm is always in a queued up position. We take this side first, just lay it on the record and let it go around a couple of spins. Then we go to the center, the middle, and let it go around a couple of turns. Then we go to the back edge and let it go around a couple of turns. Then we sort of drag it off, and there's dirt and contaminant across the end of this. With that done, we take an old toothbrush that's been cleaned out. You do not want to take your hands or your fingernails and get the dirt off of your brush. You take this and use it to get the dirt off of the brush. If you use your hands or the body, oils of the body will get here and ruin the applicator. It's that simple. Now, the least expensive, best product out there that is used by the Smithsonian for archival care of vinyl in their collection is from the Last Factory. They don't make the best product, they make an exceptionally good product. Better product comes from this particular manufacturer.
Les Arts du Son.
Yes, that is correct. So
there's so many French brands that we deal with.
Ouch. So now we have cleaned our record. The next thing that you might want to do, because sometimes in the cleaning process it builds up a certain amount of static. With that, you will, and this happens to be an AudioQuest product. There are several manufacturers of this. This one is just as good or just as bad as the model below it and the model above it. There are a couple of manufacturers that are well above this that have much better properties, but this is probably in the middle and all you need. And again, the application is to take and put it on the record and just let it roll around, and it removes the static. It does no cleaning. It just takes the static and mutes that. The last thing we have to do is clean our stylus or our needle, and that is done by applying a liquid from Last or other companies that is called a stylus all-purpose cleaner, and you put a few drops on that. You go behind the needle and pull forward, behind the needle and pull forward, behind the needle and pull forward, and that cleans your diamond stylus. You never go forward backwards because you will break the needle in the cantilever.
Now, why can you use the same cleaner, or do you have to use the stylus cleaner? Is there a difference between the liquid?
There is a chemical change in makeup, but if you don't have a stylus cleaner that's specific for the diamond and the glues and the things that hold cantilevers and diamonds and shafts together, um, just use that. It will work. It's not the best, but it works just fine.
Does that help remove dust from the needle?
That's what this entire process is for, to take the dust, the contaminants, and the dirt off of the needle. Now,
and the stylus cleaner applicator comes in different shapes and sizes.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This happens to be one from a company that we have had in our organization since 1973 from Bang & Olufsen. This is their original stylus cleaner brush. Now, what you need to know is when the needle is tracking in the groove of a record, at the point where the needle and the vinyl intersect and pass under, if you put a microscope on it, the vinyl would be a molten mass. And it takes a period of time for it to cool back down to go to its original form. Because of that, any contaminant that has not been removed because of that heat and friction causes it to stick more to your needle. This is not designed for that hard diamond surface, but is better than nothing. So a stylus cleaner that is designed chemically for that process is a far superior product to use.
Got it. How often does cleaning need to be done? Is it every time you use the record, before and after, or is
you should clean the record before you play it every time, and you should clean your needle before you play every time. And if you have static in your home, you should static discharge every time. That keeps all this in pristine performance and high quality.
So what about before you put it away? Should you do it before you put it away?
Not if you clean it before you play it.
Gotcha.
You know.
So as long
now,
as
when you put it away, I don't know where the record album is, but wherever it is, there is an inner sleeve. And when you put the record in the inner sleeve, you don't slip it in so the record can fall out. You put it in so the sleeve has the record going in this way, and it slides in this way so no dirt contaminant can go in it, and it can't slide out. Gotcha. And you should get rid of those paper sleeves that everyone gives you for free and get one of those polyvinyl types of products that are a rice paper type of product that it absolutely protects all of this, because the paper sleeve has dust and dirt and paper contaminants inside of it that you cannot get rid of totally.
Now, this seems like a very simple process. What are the benefits of having something like the Keith Monk cleaners that we just recently put up on our website?
Well, you cannot clean manually as effective as you can with a machine.
You can maintain.
You can maintain.
It's not clean.
You can't get, in the process of making a record, when they stamp the two together, there's a hockey puck piece of black vinyl. And when they press the two sides of the record into this vinyl, it's like squishing everything out to make and form the grooves of the record. If you just squash it, it sticks. So they spray on the bottom stamper and the top stamper, they spray, let's call it talcum powder. It's not what it is, but that's a simple thing that everyone understands.
Yeah.
And they do that so when they press the record together and they take it off, they can peel the record off of the stamper. And then what happens, it goes through a blower, which blows this dirt off. It does not all come off. So that's why cleaning a record the first time and every time is best. Now, there is one step that Last has, and several other manufacturers have, that is called a compound mole release liquid. And it literally takes any of that talcum powder dirt out of the grooves, so you never have to worry about any pops and nicks and cracks and things happening to your vinyl, because you've removed all the contaminant. This process will not deep clean all the way down into the grooves as far as you'd like it to go.
Yeah.
It's surface cleanings pretty much only.
And that's why it's important to use record cleaner instead of something like dish soap and water.
Absolutely, because you don't want to leave any contaminants in there. You want to get as much out as possible.
Most of these companies use proprietary chemical compounds within their cleaners. They're
That
all
is
a little
correct.
bit different, but they're all very similar. They have isopropyl alcohol or something similar.
No alcohol.
Some of
Hardly ever.
Some of
them have
the tape cleaners have isopropyl alcohol, right?
Yes.
Yes, the tape cleaners do, not the
Right.
record cleaners, because the alcohol will damage the vinyl.
That is correct.
Yes. So you got to be very careful with the chemicals that you're using to clean.
Yes.
And typically go with a well-known brand that has established itself in this market.
Now, there is a cheating way to clean if you have nothing else.
Okay.
But
What's
you have
that?
to be careful what you use. First of all, you need touch warm distilled water. And the water in a pan can be no higher than this. It can't come to your leg.
So it doesn't get to the paper.
Right.
Yeah.
And with that, you would take and put Ivory Snow powder, a pure soap, in that. And then you would find a brush of some sort, and we're going to use this as an example. And the water is going to come across here. So you clean, 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 turn, clean, 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 turn, clean, clean, clean. And when you finish both sides, you take it off and you put it in a dish rack to let it dry.
Yeah.
Contaminants are left remaining on your vinyl when you do it that way. It's better than nothing, but it is not
the ideal
by any stretch of the imagination.
Okay. So we talked about using different products because there are cleaning products out there. Vinyl Style has a deep groove cleaner. I think there's a Spin Clean, which is very popular. We just recently added Keith Monk's. Where in the level of effectiveness are these products?
Well, Keith Monk's is probably number 1 or number 2. And there's another company called Kermis that we're adding to our line probably the first quarter because it's Christmas time and we don't have time to get everything done. That is a ultrasonic cleaner.
Okay.
But in an ultrasonic process, you do not always get deep in the grooves, but that ultrasonic gets deep enough that it shakes it out. So in my opinion, you still should use a compound mold release product before you ever play the record to begin with. After that, whether you use Keith Monk or this process that we just went through, Kermis, Keith Monk, Spin Clean, or all the others that are out there, it should be cleaned before you play, both stylus and record. Then when you put it up, you know it's done.